Speaking of focusing on yourself, one of the things that you told me before joining the mentorship was that you were very, there was a certain, probably very healthy degree of skepticism, right, around investing into yourself, programs, courses. What made you decide on my mentorship specifically? And what was that thought process behind that? And what was the process to saying, let me invest into myself and specifically this mentorship?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I had that kind of mentality going into it that, the info products, courses, whatever, that there's some bad players in the space. Like I've watched like those fake guru YouTube videos of people like reacting to that type of stuff. And like I kind of had that like negative mentality. But I started to understand that like I need to learn a certain amount of skills to get to the next area I want to get to. And so how am I going to do that? One, my university is not delivering on that at all. And, I'm like, great, I can learn a little basic finance stuff, but like when it comes to building a business or anything entrepreneurial, I need to start reaching out to people that have done it and that have the steps, that have been through the ringer already. And so, when I was kind of like shopping around, kind of trying to figure out how I can get into the space, I was looking for someone that, was already that seemed authentic, seemed genuine, and then you were killing the TikTok content game and YouTube game, and so like started consuming your content, and then eventually I was like, I gotta book a call, and even still was skeptical on the call, still even on the call with you, I was like, I don't think I want to make that investment. But when you understand that, when you really start to think like, when you make this investment, the upside is really high if you put in the work and you take it seriously. And so, I say this to my friends or something, like they say, oh, invest in this stock or invest in this crypto, whatever. I'm like, I would rather invest in myself, learn this skill and sell it for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the long run, because that's going to benefit me. And so, now like after going through your mentorship, my whole mindset around courses, info products, and that stuff has shifted from, will this give me a skill that will propel me forward and I will reap higher benefits than the payment? And like once you're in that mentality, like now I'm just like, I'm like eating up as much information as I can, and I almost just like the price or whatever is like not that big of a deal for me, which is like, I'm not trying to sound like I don't know, I'm not trying to like flex that. I'm just saying like, I understand that if I make this financial investment and take into account all those skills and everything, like I can make more than what that I might be charging right now, even if I'm in a bad financial spot. Yeah.
What were some of the most powerful things that you took away from the mentorship? Some of the most helpful and favorite things that you saw in the mentorship?
Yeah, sure. So, as someone that had zero experience and had zero knowledge of an agency at all, like this gave me everything that I needed, right? It gave me the outreach systems, it gave me the hiring process, it gave me the understanding of copywriting and running ads and service delivery, and as well as communication. So like it was so holistic in the sense that like everything you need is pretty much there. And then when it goes into like the exact skills that like really like helped me out is one, I guess how to run email campaigns and outreach for yourself. Like I had no idea how to do that. The benefits of setting up automations and not having to write every single email, because in the past, like with video clients or whatever, I'd be sending every single email, like spending an hour on one prospect, maybe sending out 5 emails a week, versus setting up an automation that actually works for you is super cool. And then also the hiring process, like I was blown away about like how that whole thing worked. And like I was like, oh my God, you have to, interview this amount of people. But when you're actually looking for that like go-to A player like person, you're gonna have to like survey the market and weigh people out and see what they're up to. And I've attributed that to, when I was interviewing my media buyer, that same exact process. I did that with my kind of creative guys that I now have, my video editors and other people. So moving forward, my hiring process will be probably pretty damn similar if I'm hiring for a copywriter or VA or whoever else I plan to take on in the future. So yeah, and also I love the last part of like just the mentality type stuff. I think you have a good mentality where you said like just take a year or just like spend a year on this, and like that is such a good mentality to have. Just like having the patience and just getting after it and having faith in the work is like if you're having doubts right now of what you're doing, you just got to keep pushing away, because you will see the benefits if you continue to put in the work and iterate your strategy.